So in terms of sort of practical aspects around voluntary assisted dying, obviously a diagnosis of a stroke is not a reason for voluntary assisted dying. It doesn't preclude you if you get other diseases after you've survived your stroke, and I guess being aphasic is one of the biggest concerns because you need to be able to verbalise this for yourself. But being able to verbalise it, you can actually, if you can communicate in writing, that still counts. Okay, so you don't physically have to be able to say the words, you either need to be, but you need to be able to clearly communicate that it's your decision and it's your desire to have this. So communication, it doesn't matter which way it is, as long as you can do it. You do need to be able to ask though. It can't be, as I said, it can't be your loved ones that are asking on your behalf. The request needs to come from the person individually. And you need to be dying from something. So you need to actually have a terminal illness. You can't just request voluntary assisted dying for any particular reason. So there has to be something that's causing you to die.
I'm here today to talk about 3 very important documents that we should all have. Power of attorney, enduring guardianship, and a will. A lot of people don't want to make these documents. They think they've got plenty of time. Now, anyone who's had a stroke knows that your life can change in just a few seconds. And some of us have been fortunate, more fortunate than others. Next time it happens, we may not be so fortunate. So people really should think about doing these documents. You should do them preferably with a lawyer. When you go along to that lawyer, write down anything that you want to ask them before you get there, so you don't miss anything. You don't get home and think, oh, I meant to ask about that, but I didn't. It's very...
I came home that night and opened my phone, and it's got 50 million messages, which I actually didn't answer. What I did a few days, maybe in the next week, I actually sat down and wrote an email to as many people as I could think of, just saying an update on Ming. And so every week or so I would do that, but I didn't answer many of those texts. I just
individually. You don't have the energy, you don't have the time.
Well, some people sent a website to read 30 pages about stroke. Thinking, thank you. It was just better that I didn't answer anything, because I would have answered the wrong way.
Indeed.
Initially would have been the rehab staff who I thought, they basically became my family there for a while. And the phone I found very taxing after a while, because you get flogged in rehab for the day and thrown back in your bed afterwards, and then you got a heap of phone calls as long as your arm to return a phone call, and that was the day. But I had, or still have, some very good long-standing mates who stuck by me and were great support, and obviously the family, and particularly Anne, who I used to badger on the phone every day.
And the people that float to the top, and become the cream of your life, you don't know until you have a crisis like that who those people are going to be. And we have been very, very lucky, and I'm sure we all have been very lucky that we've had some wonderful people that you think, wow, I didn't know that you were going to be like that, And don't waste your precious energy, because you're all exhausted after you've had a stroke, and you continue to be. Don't waste your precious energy on people who are not on your team and who are not supportive and who are not positive, because that's their problem. It's not your problem, You need to reach out. You might make some great new friends. You're not going to make great friends with every single person you meet, but you have a conversation. Everyone's got a story. You listen to their story. You'll click with some people and they will become great friends, and others will just be wonderful people that you've met along the way.
The importance of fitness after stroke. So exercise and physical activity plays a crucial role in the recovery and well-being of stroke survivors. So we're going to explore the key benefits of just maintaining a regular fitness routine in general. First point is engaging in exercise helps rebuild strength and balance. As we've discussed in the previous slide, these can be left compromised after a stroke, and the improvement in strength and stability is essential for performing functional activities with a better quality of movement and, of course, safety. Regular exercise helps restore and refine coordination and flexibility. This not only helps with movement, but also supports better motor function, making it easier to navigate through different physical tasks that you would face day to day. Exercise is known to elevate physical function, and this can allow stroke survivors to regain independence and improve quality of life. Additionally, a good level of fitness has positive effects on mental health, in reducing the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and enhancing your overall mood. I've included also a few falls prevention strategies. Some of you might be doing these already, but it's also good to consider these in your everyday life as well, and where you can implement it in your exercise routine. So the first point is home modifications. These might be necessary to create just a general safer living space for yourself. This includes removing trip hazards from walkways or spaces such as rugs, cords, just general clutter. You can also install grab rails in key areas like near steps or the bathroom. When exercising, you can make sure that you have something sturdy to hold on to, and that way it will provide you with some extra balance support. Non-slip mats can be placed over slippery surfaces to provide additional stability. Adequate lighting is also essential for preventing falls at home and when exercising. So you want to make sure that any rooms or walkways that you're using are well lit. And particularly if you're getting up during the night, you have maybe night lights to illuminate your space.
So strategies to enhance mental fitness. So obviously we heard just from Carla how important physical fitness is and the impact that it has on boosting our mood and also in assisting us with our cognition. And it's done that by how the endorphin release that we get when we do exercise, so the feel-good hormones that are released. Also, it enhances our self-esteem. And it improves our sleep, and it helps us to, with that stress reduction by doing that exercise. The other thing in terms of mental fitness is just making those healthy lifestyle choices, and again, from that secondary preventative care perspective of stroke, but many of those positive changes in one area of your life can help produce benefits in others. So even, having a high-fat diet not only increases your risk of obesity and diabetes, but it has an effect on your cognition. Smoking can compromise your lung capacity, makes it then harder to complete your physical activity, which then leads to more health issues and more cognitive problems. So